Hello. Welcome to this video. I literally don't even know where to start. I don't know what I'm titling this video because there's so many aspects to it that I say out loud and it sounds crazy. Like, I was in the back of a cop car, like that happened. My car got stolen, that happened. My phone got stolen, that happened. And they spent $300 on my credit card, like that happened. And they got away with it all. Like, all of this literally happened, and I'm just like, I can't believe it. And you probably think I'm psycho for laughing about it. It's just I can't believe this story is actually insane, kind of. At least for me, this is the craziest thing that's ever happened to me in my whole life for sure. And I just can't believe the way everything happened. But yeah, if you want to hear what happened to me literally yesterday, keep watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Quick promo. Gotta make sure people who come here like and subscribe this video. Let me know if you guys want more story times, because this just made me think of another time. My first week of college, I got a ride home from drug dealers, so that's a story time. But this is definitely gonna be the craziest story time ever, so keep watching. Okay, I just moved the camera a little bit. I don't know if that's better. Also, sorry for my glare, but we're focused on the story here, so I feel like I seem psycho. I'm really bad at telling stories, so I'm nervous how this is gonna go. But basically, I'm just gonna tell you guys what happened as it happened. So my parents went out for a retreat this weekend. My dad's actually a deacon, so he had a deacon retreat with wives, and they went out of town to San Antonio, which is an hour away. And I asked my mom, oh, can I borrow your car? Because I don't have a car, obviously. And, I wanted to take my dog to the Greenbelt, Harley. So she's like, yeah, you can have it. So I got it Friday. Didn't really do much with it. And then Saturday, I was like, okay, yeah, let's go to the Greenbelt. So me and my two friends, Maya and Denise, and I went to the Greenbelt. So we go to the Greenbelt, drive, park, whatever. Literally, we put our stuff down at the Greenbelt. So we go into this, there's a lot of different entrances for the Greenbelt, and the one we went to was definitely, very popular, and where we put our stuff, it was, kind of behind the people, but which, I guess we thought was a good thing, because it was, away from everyone, but I guess that was a bad thing in the end, because they took all our stuff, so, But, yeah, they didn't take all our... This story's crazy. Okay, yeah. So we leave all our stuff there. I have my key in the bag, my Apple Watch in the bag, I have my speaker in the bag, my phone in the bag, and on my phone, I have my credit cards in the back and, a little phone wallet. You guys have probably seen. So, yeah, I have it all in the bag. Literally don't think much of it. My friend, Denise, she left her phone, out in the open, right next to my bag. She didn't have a bag, and she just left her phone there, and, her phone was there. So this is crazy. So we leave, whatever, we do our stuff, we go take pictures. We're away from our stuff for quite a while, honestly. I want to say we got to the Greenbelt at 12:30. We left all our stuff there, and we probably got back up at 2:15, whatever. And right across the street is a taco deli. So we're okay, let's go get tacos. Literally hadn't checked my bag at all, because obviously didn't think people would steal from me. And we go, and then I'm getting my phone out because to get my credit card to pay. I'm not even thinking anything. And then my phone's gone. And I'm oh shoot, Maya, my phone is gone. For sure is gone. And she's no. What could have happened? And my first thought was, oh shoot, I think I dropped it. I didn't put it back in my bag the way I must have thought I did. I must have dropped it, and it has to still be on the trail, I'm kind of freaking out, but also what did I do, And I know so many people who have gotten their phone stolen. So I was just oh my fucking God. Of course this is happening. I haven't gotten insurance on this phone yet. It's happening to me. And then she checks the location, and it's on the expressway. And I'm okay, it's not stolen. If someone stole it, they would have turned off the location already, right? So we call the phone, and then someone answers, and he's oh, hello, we were going to contact you, we just didn't know how. We found this phone just on the trail, we can come give it back to you. And I was oh my God, thank God, yes, please. And at this point I'm wow, I cannot believe this just happened. I have the greatest luck in my life, right? So whatever, they're coming back to Taco Deli to drop the phone off to me. And then this is side note, I went inside, Denise was in the restroom, and I go inside, I'm dude, my phone, I just lost my phone. They're coming back to give it to me, and she's oh shoot, my phone. And she had just left her phone in the restroom, so if I hadn't said that, she would have completely left it there. She went back and got it. But anyway, So they come, they drop the phone off to me, and I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. It was like a family, right? So I'm like, thank you so much. Like, you guys are amazing. Like, this never happens. Like, thank you, thank you, thank you. I leave, and then they're like, where are all your cards? I'm like, oh shoot, my cards. I had my credit card, my student ID, and my license. And then, so I go back. Oh, I went like, not now. I go back to them because they were still waiting. I was like, did you guys see any cards? Like, obviously I didn't think they took them, you know? And they didn't. So I was like, did you guys see any cards? And they're like, no. But like where we saw the phone was like, it was weird. On there was like a little black backpack left open. We just left it there because like we didn't know if it was like someone's. And then I was like, and then the little girl was like, there was a penguin card. I was like, what? So it was just weird. I was like, I didn't really think anything of it, but now I know like that definitely like wasn't by my stuff. Like nothing they described was by my stuff. And also like it was dirty, my phone, like with dirt, and like we weren't really in the dirt. So it was just like, damn, like that sucks. But I was like, whatever, they're all replaceable. Like I can get my ID, my license, and my credit card, right? Like I just canceled my credit card. I was like, oh yeah, like I need to cancel my credit card because I thought maybe they fell out as they were walking. That's what I assumed. Like that's what I assumed. So then I go tell the girls, and they're like, dude, like, check your credit card. Like, make sure, like, no, someone hasn't found it and, like, spent it. I was like, oh, like, you think so? Like, I'm like, no, I think it just, like, fell out on the way. Like, I just didn't cancel it. And they're like, check. I was like, okay. I go and I check, and there's already been 3. I don't understand the purchases. Like, 2 for sure, and then, like, 1 duplicate. So maybe it wasn't a purchase. But $150 and a $200 purchase at Foot Locker. And I was like, these fucking assholes. Like, wow, someone really did find my my credit card and like spent the money right away. And they're like, yeah, they probably just like took a picture of it and like started making purchases online. I was like, oh shoot, like yeah, you guys are right. Like maybe that's what happened, right? And I'm like, damn, this honestly like kind of really sucks. Like this kind of does, or at this point, right? I'm like, oh, that like kind of sucks. Also because like for my work, I need my student ID to get into the places, and then I can't get my student ID without my license, so it's gonna be a whole process. Like that sucks, whatever. So then we're kind of just like, damn, this sucks. I take care of it with my bank there. I'm like, hey, this was fraud, blah, blah, blah. They're super nice, Discover, love them. They're like, okay, we're going to overnight a card to you. Anyway, so I'm like, okay, this literally, like, is not that bad. I'm still so lucky I got my phone back, right? Because I am. So, like, I guess it's kind of clickbait, but, like, I'll keep going. So then we're leaving. And then I look in my bag for my keys, and they're not there. And I'm like, guys, my keys aren't here. This point, I still didn't think anything. I was like, oh shoot, I probably, like that's what fell out, like my keys and my phone. But it didn't really make sense because I left my keys in the bag, since the car is like touchless. Like you don't need the keys to lock the door or to start the car, or yeah, to start the car. Like you just need them in the bag. So I didn't take them out from the moment like I put them in the bag. So I was just like, oh my God, like what the heck, you know? And Denise was like, no, yeah. She was like, yeah, like you probably dropped them. Like, let's go check if the car is there. Because then I started thinking like, oh my God, like what if the car is taken? But I didn't really believe it. I was just like, no, like this can't happen. But the reason I did think that is because like literally like a month ago, my brother's car got stolen. He got it back like 3 days later. Like it ended up being towed and they had it. So I was like, damn, this sucks. But and I was even thinking like, oh shoot, like maybe the car is gonna be there, but like I lost the key itself, and like that sucks. I'm gonna have to pay $200 to get a key. Like I was literally like, this fucking sucks, like already, right? Like not really thinking the car is taken. We go, the car's gone, and I start freaking out, and I'm like, guys, the car is gone, like it's gone. And like I didn't really react. I just didn't know how to react. And I was like, oh my God. And the thing was, my parents were in a retreat, right? So like I couldn't even call them. I called my dad, he didn't answer. And I texted him and I was like, this is an emergency, I need you to answer. And I was already ready to like call his church and like have them transfer me over. Denise starts calling the towing people, they say it's not there. And then I like really start freaking out. And then my mom answers. And I just started like breaking down. I was like crying, like panicking. I was like, I don't know what to do. Like the car is gone. Like, and I was just like crying. And then they like get all the information for me. Like they didn't have the license plate number. And then it was just this whole thing because we're like, oh shoot, the garage keys in the car also, like they're not even there to get all the insurance papers. we're just like, damn, this sucks. So I called 911. I tell them like a car's been stolen. The police were so nice to me. Like out of this whole experience, I've learned like they're really nice, like honestly. And then so yeah, so the police come. I gave them like the information we had, and then we checked the card purchases, and it turns out they were at the mall, like, which was like 5 minutes away. So we're like, oh shoot, like, yeah, they probably like took the car. I don't know, they took the car, went to the mall, whatever. We're there with the police for a while, like trying to figure everything out. And at this point, like, I already calmed down a lot because I was just like, we're gonna find it, right? Like, it has to be found. Like, I don't know, I was just like, yeah, it has to be, because the police was like trying to like calm me down also. And then it turns out my parents had like, or my mom has Starlink in her car, which can like track the car down, but she didn't have it set up, so she had to like set it up, but she couldn't do it all like while I was there with the police. So the police are like, okay, like, do you guys have any way to get home? We're like, no, like, how the fuck are we gonna go home? Like, we don't have our car, and I have Harley with me, like, I can't really call an Uber. So he's like, okay. Oh, okay. And then I have my keys in the car. Like, my apartment keys are in the car, right? So I'm like, I can't even get home. Like, I can't even go to my apartment. Like, whatever. So he drops us off at Maya's. And at this point, like, honestly, that was, like, a big chunk of it. I was just like, damn, like, I can't believe this is happening. Like, it didn't feel real because, first of all, we were just like, at this point also, we kind of didn't know, like, maybe it could be two people. Like, maybe my car did fall out on the trail, like, after, like, the people picked it up. And then, I don't even know what I was thinking. And then, like, someone else found the keys and they took the car and, like, I don't know. And whatever. So, I'm just like, I can't believe this is happening, blah, blah, blah. My parents are, like, trying to track it with the Starlink thing. It's not really working. Harley's, like, right here. And they're at this retreat, obviously, right? Oh, that like, all of this is just, like, I know I'm so bad at telling stories, but it was crazy because they don't have their phones in this retreat. Like, they have them, but they're in their room, and then they leave their room, and they only get, like, 2 breaks during the day to, like, come back and, like, check on stuff or take a nap, you know, because they're, like, long days they have. And, like, it just so happened, oh, Harley, not right now. It just so happened, like, that they were in their rooms, like, when I called, which is, like, crazy, honestly. So yeah, so they leave the thing, and then the police had given me a number to call, but it like wasn't working, and it was just like really didn't make sense. And then my mom like told me like where the car was because she had like a picture of it kind of like on the map, but it wasn't very clear, like there was no address or anything, and like she couldn't talk to the police because like she wasn't in the area, and it's just this whole thing. So I had to talk to the police, and then he was talking to me, and then my mom ended up getting an address, so I gave it to the police, and then he called me back. Like, they didn't give us their number, like, they kept calling from no caller ID, and then, whatever, they call back, and they're like, oh, the car wasn't there, and I'm like, what do you mean the car wasn't there? Like, my mom just said, like, it was there 8 minutes ago. He's like, well, we went, and it wasn't there, and I was like, well, I don't know, like, I don't know what to do. So I'm like, you need to call my mom, like, she has the location, like, I'm not seeing where it's going, you know? So he calls her. And then from this point on, I'm like kind of out of the situation, and it's just between my parents and the police. And basically what happened was, I'm so glad I filmed like all of this yesterday, like after it had happened, and basically this was all the information I had, but now I have like so much more. Basically, like, my parents like found where it was. The police was like, okay, if you guys are tracking it, like, and you can find it, like, go find it and then call the police when you see it and tell them to come, and like they'll be there. So they find it, and they, like, see it from, like, afar, I guess, and, like, tell the police come, blah, blah, blah. They end up, like, it was, like, a chase. They ended up calling the helicopter ready in case it was going to be, like, a helicopter chase or a runaway or whatever. And the whole thing was, we were thinking, like, damn, like, this could be, like, they get away with it all, like, because they get towed, right? No. Okay, so then they pull up in a neighborhood or an apartment thing. This is all like what I got told. I wasn't there, obviously, but my parents witnessed all of this. They pulled up in the thing, and they got out of the car and started running, and the police like chased them, and they're like, stop, like, blah blah blah, I guess, and, like, move, or like, don't move. And they got them, and it turns out they were underaged. So it was two girls that were under 18, and one driver that was 18. So the driver, he got arrested. He did. So I guess it's like kind of clickbait. But he got arrested. But the two girls, both of them, like, who assisted in this and all of it, literally called their parents and they get to be picked up. Like, isn't that, like, what? Like, in what world is that okay to get off with, like, no charges, you know? And even the guy, like, he got arrested, but basically the only charge they can put on him for sure is that driving unauthorized vehicle, but not, like, nothing of theft, like, because they can't prove that he took the key out of my bag. They can't prove that he took my phone out of my bag. They can't prove it. Like, it's kind of stupid. But then, oh my god, and then get this. So, like, how the purchases were made, like, it was the same people. Like, they took my phone out. I guess they dropped my phone. They thought, like, I don't know what they thought. But they took my phone, they took my keys, and they took the cards and my ID and everything. And the cops were like, you know what, like, you need to cancel your ID, like, you need to report it that it's stolen, because they might try to do things with that ID. Like, I have good, like, I don't know, like, sell it, anything, you know. And then I left my keys in the car. This is a mess. I left my keys in the car, and the keys are gone. And Denise left the keys in her key in the car, and her key was gone. And my mom's, like, manuals were taken, and her, like, she has this, like, expensive, like, organizer in the back that was taken. All of this stuff was, like, taken. They smoked in the car, like, cigarettes, pot, like, in the side doors there was, like, all these, like, cigarette butts. They burnt the back seat of the car. All of this happened, and the girls get to just call their mom and leave. Like, what? They don't even get, like, questioned, like, at all, really. Like, they're just like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And then the guy, like, that they, like, question more, they just, like, question him, but he has the right to, like, not say anything. So he just doesn't say anything. So, like, they're like, where are the keys? Where are her IDs? Like, because this is my ID, you know? Update. So apparently, what ended up happening, like, literally after I filmed this, someone messaged me that they found, like, on Instagram that they had my ID, because I guess what happened was, like, it fell on the trail, and the people, like, found it. Some people, like, found it on the trail and then dropped it off to the address that was on the ID, but that was an old address. So yeah, I got my ID back. So thanks to, like, nice people. Literally, like, the people who gave my phone back and the ID, like, those are good people. And then, did I already say this part? So they find the boxes in the back. They spent $300, $350 at Foot Locker on, like, some Jordans and, like, shirts. And I'm just like, what? Like, so basically, this is kind of, like, going to the end. I don't know how, like, well I'm wrapping this up. But he's only charged with stealing the car. The girls got away with it completely. Nothing's happening to them. Sorry, I'm playing with my lights. He might get charged with, they need to, like, prove it was him, though. Like, look at footage and everything of using my card. I don't know what it's called. Like, not identity theft. I guess identity theft. I don't know. Because, like, pretending to be me, Victoria Lotta. And yeah, I can't believe all of this happened. It's just crazy. This is already 16 minutes long, but, like, this was crazy. And basically what the cop was saying was just that, like, oh, this happens a lot recently. Like, people go to the Greenbelt just to look for keys, and they take the cars out and, like, go on a joyride, and that we got really, really lucky in the fact that, like, Starlink was available, like, the tracking thing, because usually it takes, like, 4 days, and usually, like, the car is even more banged up. So, like, we got lucky, which is just crazy. Like, I got my phone back in the end. I can fix everything with the credit cards. And, like, the car, like, yeah, they like, messed with it, but, like, it was okay. And, like, we caught them in the car, even though they gotta go out and whatever. But it's just crazy the way this all worked out. And it's funny because, like, when this was all happening, literally, like, everyone I was telling, they're like, oh my god, like, at least you have, like, a video. And my mom, she's like, oh, are you gonna post this on YouTube? Like, this is a crazy story. Like, this is such a crazy story time. Yeah, I don't know if I explained everything good. If you have any questions about what happened, like, I think maybe I probably left things out. Make sure you comment them down below and, like, I'll answer. But yeah, this all happened yesterday. There's not really much more to say. Yeah, I don't know. Wait, the car is back. My mom's gonna do. The keys are gone. My apartment keys are gone. I better not have to pay. I've lost my keys before, and I had to pay $100 with my apartment people, which, like, sucked. And then now they're gone again. And then also my bike key is gone, and I have no replacement of that one, and it's a U-lock, so I don't really know what I'm gonna do. And a garage key to get the bike out, and I use my bike to get to work. So, like, it's just crazy. I can't believe this happened. This video is getting very long, but I hope you guys liked it. Make sure you like and subscribe. And let me know if you guys want more story times. I feel awkward like publicizing this, but it happened. Like all of this really happened. And it's just crazy. And yeah, stay tuned for more maybe crazy things. Hopefully not. Oh, and it was funny because my dad was like, they were at this retreat, right? And my mom was like, your dad literally prayed for this weekend. Like they were asked to pray for like more like broad things kind of, instead of just like, oh, I hope to be happy, I don't know what. So my dad prayed for something exciting to happen in his life because he's like felt that it's like been like repetitive, and then this happens. Like God is listening. Also God saved us though, like everything turned out okay, you know. But yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.